The Dream Collector. In the heart of a quiet, fog-covered village nestled deep in the valley, there was a legend about a peculiar old woman named Ilara. She lived at the edge of the village in a ramshackle cottage surrounded by wildflowers and ivy. Villagers whispered that Ilara was the Dream Collector, a mysterious figure who could capture dreams in glass jars. Every night, as the village slept, soft light emanated from her cottage. If anyone ventured close enough, they would hear faint melodies and whispers escaping the jars, as though the dreams themselves were alive. The Curious Child. One summer evening, a curious boy named Finn decided to find out if the stories were true. Finn was a dreamer. Every night, his mind was filled with vivid worlds of flying ships, glowing forests, and golden cities. But his days were ordinary, spent helping his family with mundane chores, and he longed for something more. Under the cover of darkness, Finn sneaked out and followed the flickering lights that led to Ilara's cottage. The door was ajar, and inside, Finn saw shelves upon shelves of glass jars, each glowing with a unique hue. He was mesmerized. Ilara appeared suddenly, her eyes twinkling like the stars. "Curiosity brought you here," she said, her voice kind but firm. "Do you know what these are?" Finn shook his head, barely able to speak. "Dreams," Ilara explained. "Each jar holds a dream, the hopes, fears, and wonders of those who dare to imagine." Finn's eyes widened. "Why do you collect them?" Lara sighed. "Dreams are fragile. Some people let them fade, while others abandon them entirely. I keep them safe until their owners are ready to claim them again." The Broken Jar. As Ilara spoke, Finn's eyes wandered to a shelf filled with jars glowing more brightly than the rest. One jar, a deep golden hue, seemed to call to him. Without thinking, he reached out to touch it. "Careful," Ilara warned, but it was too late. The jar slipped from Finn's hands and shattered on the floor. Golden mist swirled around them, and suddenly, Finn was transported into a dream. He found himself on a vast, shimmering lake, standing on a small boat made of crystal. The sky was filled with shooting stars, and the water reflected endless possibilities. Ilara's voice echoed in the dream. "This is someone's most cherished dream, a dream of hope and boundless potential. You've broken the jar, so now you must protect it." "How?" Finn asked, his voice trembling. "By carrying its beauty with you," she replied. "Dreams aren't meant to stay bottled up. They're meant to inspire and transform." The dream's legacy. When Finn awoke, he was back in the cottage. The golden mist had disappeared, but something inside him had changed. He felt a sense of purpose he'd never known before. Ilara handed him a small, empty jar. "This is for your own dreams," she said. "Fill it not by capturing them but by living them. Let this be a reminder that the beauty of dreams lies in their pursuit." From that day on, Finn carried the jar with him everywhere. He began to share his vivid imagination with others, painting pictures, telling stories, and helping his fellow villagers see the magic in their own lives. As the years passed, the village transformed. People began to dream again, not just in their sleep but in their waking hours too. And whenever Finn looked at his empty jar, he smiled, knowing it was full in the ways that mattered most. The Collector's Secret. One day, as an old man, Finn returned to Ilara's cottage, only to find it overgrown and empty. The jars were gone, and so was she. But in their place was a note written in delicate script. "Dreams are not just for keeping but for sharing. You were never meant to keep them in jars, dear Finn. You were meant to set them free." And in that moment, Finn realized that Ilara had been right all along. The beauty of dreams isn't in holding on to them but in letting them inspire and change the world. This story reminds us that dreams, when nurtured and shared, can bring light and hope to those around us. Glowing star.